Art is my life.
What does art mean to us as people? For as long as we've been alive, art has existed. Drawings on cave walls by early human life, pictures becoming a language in ancient Egypt, philosophical writings by great thinkers such as Thales in the beginning and leading to even bigger ideas from theorists such as Hypatia, Aristotle and Kant. The Renaissance marked the change of humanity from the Middle Ages to the modern era, and this was centered around art and literature. Art has been a therapeutic outlet for humanity as long as it has existed. It's only been recognized officially since 1942. In a journal article written by Robert A. Bintant and Marissa DeSanto titled Art Therapy, an underutilized yet effective tool, they say, art therapy has been recognized as beneficial and effective since first described by Adrian Hill in 1942. Even before this time, art therapy was utilized for moral reinforcement and psychoanalysis. Although art therapy is a means of bettering your mental health, art in itself, not monitored by mental health professionals, can have therapeutic effects, whether it's a traditional form such as painting and sculpting or something more niche such as dressmaking and makeup artistry. In a New York Times article written by Christina Karen in May of 2023, she writes, "The notion that art can improve mental well-being is something many people intuitively understand, but can lose sight of, especially if we have become disconnected from the dancing, creative writing, drawing, and singing we used to enjoy as children." To find out more of keeping art in our lives as a form of therapy and mindfulness, I interviewed two people with personal experience on this, Ola Lamayeva and Alex McLean. Ola is a tailor who has over 25 years of experience in her field and a brilliant eye for beauty and design. Alex is a drag queen by the name Lucy Fur and a fashion designer.
Sorry, I'm very shy for the cameras.
Hello, so my name is Alex. I'm a Limerick-based drag artist and designer. Now, currently, I'm a drag queen, Lucy Fur, and I run my own show called Gal House.
Okay, so the first question is, why do you create art and how does it benefit you?
What's the art are to understand?
What is art? What is art to you?
Art to me?
Yeah.
You're living art. Everyone creates anything, anywhere, any moment. You're cooking, you're creating art. You cleaning, you're creating art. Art is bigger word from that what people think. That's first thing. But for me, as my art, it's what I do and helping people to look best in the clothes. I say for me, art is way more for just simple word as a art. And my life is art. That's why every trip is art, every creation is art, every piece of clothes is art.
I create art because I feel just an inherent need to make stuff. I think anyone who's creative just like feels the need to make, and also I think it's important to share your experience with the world. Like, I think every artist always shares their experience, but I think no one will ever get bored of showing how they experience the world. So I think everyone should keep doing that, you know? Um, and also, like, just to create joy, you know, to create joy for others with my drag, to create joy for myself. Like, I think one of the biggest things with art is, you know, happiness and community. It brings people together. It shows what people are going through, and it really celebrates life. So in terms of drag, I think it's just such a magical moment when you can see people's faces in real time, like showing enjoyment and entertainment. And like, I think that kind of drives me a bit, because um, I don't know, we're not on this world for a very long time, but like, I think if you can visibly see you're making other people happy, I think it's just an amazing feeling.
Who or what is your biggest inspiration?
Who and what? Biggest inspiration is inside me, second me. She finds the inspiration everywhere. She's watching pictures of people, nature, songs. Just walk to the coffee shop and see people talking, chatting, smiling, and that inspires you for different things. Of course, the bigger my inspiration is will be trips and holidays.
I think the biggest inspiration for me creating things usually is like my friends and family. It's usually the friends I have around me who are also creative. When I think when you're surrounded with other people who are making stuff or at the same time as you naturally bounce off ideas to each other. You can like just by having conversations, someone can like make you think something that you just wouldn't have thought. In terms of artists and designers who like have impacted my work, I would say Alexander McQueen would be one of the biggest, just because when I was younger, I went on an art trip to London and I went to the design museum and I saw the history of fashion, which was so interesting. But then afterwards I went to the V&A and I saw Alexander McQueen, A Savage Beauty, I think that was the exhibition. And that just changed my life, because I saw the history of fashion and I saw how one person used his mind and his creativity and just injected all himself into this medium.
How does creating, sewing, or designing make you feel?
Or feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling me, feeling bigger, feeling needed, human, being somebody else, being someone in this life. We are art already
Yes.
on ourselves, because nobody can understand us. We're living in a completely different world.
If I have all the time in the world, then sewing makes me feel just so peaceful and relaxed. Like, it's something that you can really get yourself lost in. I think that goes with designing as well. Like, in terms of designing, I would draw my designs like everywhere, on buses, in parks, like while I'm like in work. I think that just is also just a really great feeling, because it's just showing what's only in your brain onto paper. Drag, however, is more like of a fast-paced thing, so it's not as like relaxing, calm all the time. I think sometimes if you're doing your makeup, that can be very calming, but the rest of the time it's performing for people and kind of changing, like you're playing a character, basically. It's acting, so it's a very fun feeling, because you just kind of detach from yourself and just show this character that you've realized to an audience and see how it lands. So it's like, it gives me such a feeling of pride. I think like with any art, as much as it could be serious, I think the best thing with art is you should always just have fun, no matter what it is.
This question about how art affects mental health is one I wanted the answer to personally. I grew up around artists. I was taught to see the beauty in small and mundane things. My hope is that people who didn't grow up around it can adopt this mindset that small interactions, the way sunlight hits plants, or even how people's bodies move when they play a sport they love, is art in and of itself.